Welcome back, everyone. These days, kids face some very serious and tough issues. Today, we want to discuss bullying and how brutal it can become. In some cases, it unfortunately has led to suicide.
Teen expert and creator of Teen Time Productions, Stacy Spencer, joins us now. And Stacy, parenting can be so difficult, especially when those kids are in the teen years. And there are so many forms of bullying out there right now, and it's really unfortunate, and bullying has always been around, but it's really gotten out of hand.
I think it's at the epidemic level now, and so the nation as a whole is looking to see what we can do to assist these young people to live a healthy, wholesome lifestyle. There's 5 major forms of bullying, which become sexual, racial, verbal, physical, and emotional. But emotional is the area that we need to concentrate on with our young people, because they become isolated, they become depressed, and then they begin to think there's something wrong with me. Sure. And I think through media and movies and the messages in music and magazines, we've sent a message over the last 20 years that if you're not sexual and you're not sensual, you're not acceptable.
Right.
Well, it's one thing to just point a finger at parents and say, well, that is the root. You haven't done your job. But that's a cop-out. So what can we do as a society to nip this and stop it?
I think as a parent, we need to get more communicative with our young person. We need to get more involved in their lives. It's nothing wrong with having dinner at the table after school, sitting down and bringing up some ideas about how was school today. You know, and if you get that little hemming and hawing and they're kind of, you know, laying back and they're not answering, there's something going on there. If a young person begins to tell you, you know what, I hate school, I hate social studies, and social studies is their favorite subject, there's a red light there. There's something going on there. So as a parent, whether they're a 2-parent household or single-parent household, they need to get involved with their child's life. Hey, drop them off at school. Call for a parent-teacher conference meeting yourself as the parent. Don't wait for the school to call you.
Let's go through these really quickly. You talk about physical bullying, and that's the old give me your lunch money or I'm going to give you a black eye kind of deal.
It can be as little as someone coming through the hallway and brushing your shoulder and kind of egging you on. That's physical contact. That stirs up a lot, because what they want to do, you have a lot of friends saying, I dare you. I dare you to walk by her, knock over her briefcase, you know, do whatever, her book bag, steal it, take it, whatever. It's a physical taunting that young people can't deal with, because when you violate their personal space, it's just as bad as when you didn't like it when someone put their finger in your face. I mean, it's very derogatory, very demeaning.
I've heard of kids now building a wall around other children that are fighting so that the teachers and the principal can't get in to break it up. Have you heard of that?
I have.
Now, I have a personal friend whose daughter got jumped the other day, and the principal of that school said, I can't guarantee your daughter's safety. So she pulled her daughter out of school. What is the answer?
The answer then probably goes to a higher level. You know, back in the day when we were in school, they had parent-teacher staff meetings, or they had community town hall meetings. This may be an area where a town hall meeting of clergy, lawmakers, law enforcement need to build a web around their little fence or their wall and come in and say, we're taking over, and if X, Y, Z happens, then this is where the jurisdiction stops under your palate. We will take over from here, because we need to implement some guidelines to keep these kids safe.
When things have gone to the point where children are taking their own lives simply because life is so miserable for them to go through their day-to-day operations, that should send a huge signal to all of us.
It does send a very huge signal. It's a very sad signal, because usually there's a progression. And like even in the issue with Tyler Clemente or Phoebe Prince, or in issues like that where these young people, they just gave up. They looked at life. Today is hopeless, but tomorrow I have no hope at all. You know, usually you have the triple A's: alcoholism, anger, and aggression. Then it develops into depression, isolation. Sometimes kids develop eating disorders, whether it's obesity, eating too much, or anorexia, eating too little. So then you have a different gambit of results that happen of this tormenting and this taunting. But then suicide is the ultimate end. When I say, you know what, my future is not, you know, not a happy place.
This is just not worth it.
Not worth it.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
Stacy
a sad
Spencer.
thing.
Stacy Spencer from Teen Time Productions, thank you so much. There's a lot more information on her website, and you can find it by going through ours, daytimeonline.tv, and we have set up a link there. Daytime will be right back. Thank you.
Thank you.